Chapter 14. A Bogey on the Ceiling.
No, please,
pleaded the newsagent.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Ting! An old lady entered the shop and looked up bemused at the newsagent, perched on top of his counter. Raj was clutching his trouser legs, what little hair he had on his head standing on end, and he was trampling all the newspapers in terror with his big, clumsy feet.
Hello, Mrs. Bennet,
said Raj, his voice shaking.
Your knitting weekly is on the shelf. You can pay me next time.
What on earth are you doing up there?
Inquired the old lady, quite reasonably. Raj looked over at Zoe. Surreptitiously, she put her finger to her mouth, imploring him not to tell. She didn't want everyone to know she had a rat, or soon the news would spread to the estate and her dreaded stepmother. Unfortunately, though, Raj was not a natural liar.
Well,
I just bought some space dust, said Zoe, stepping in. You know, the popping sweets. It had been left out in the sun and became highly explosive, and when I opened the bag, it sprayed all over the shop. Yes, Miss Zoe, chimed in Raj. A most regrettable incident because it's only been 15 years since I had the shop repainted. I am just trying to pick the space dust off the ceiling. Raj came across a particularly ingrained piece of dirt on the ceiling and scratched at it. Space dust everywhere, Mrs. Bennet. Please, pay me next week. The old lady shot him an unconvinced look and peered up at the ceiling.
That's not space dust. It's just a piece of snot.
No, Mrs. Bennet. That's where you are wrong. Look. Reluctantly, Raj used his fingernail to prise away the bogey he had long since sneezed up there and popped it in his mouth. Pop, he added, unconvincingly. Oh, I love space dust. Mrs. Bennet looked at the newsagent as if he was quite mad. Look more like a big piece of snot to me, she muttered before leaving the shop. Ting! Raj quickly spat out the ancient bogey. Oh, look, the little thing is not going to hurt you, said Zoe. She gently took him out of her pocket. Cautiously, Raj clambered down and slowly approached his worst nightmare. He's only a baby, said Zoe encouragingly. Soon Raj was at eye level with the rodent. Ooh. Well, he is a particularly pretty one. Look at his dinky little nose, said Raj with a sweet smile. What's his name? Armitage, answered Zoe confidently. Why is he called that? Asked Raj. Zoe was embarrassed she had named her pet after a make of toilet and simply said, Oh, it's a long story. Give him a stroke. No, he won't hurt you. If you are sure, I promise. Come here, little Armitage, whispered the newsagent. The rat squirmed closer to Raj to be stroked by this frightened-looking man. Ah! He made a lunge at me, shouted Raj, and with that he ran out of the shop, waving his arms in the air. Ting! Zoe followed him out and saw he was halfway down the street, running so fast he would give the Olympic gold-winning sprinters a run for their money. Come back, she shouted. Raj stopped and turned round and reluctantly plodded back past the row of shops to his one. When he finally tiptoed the last few paces towards the girl and her pet, Zoe said, He was just trying to say hello. No, sorry, but he got quite close. Don't be a baby, Raj. I know, sorry. He's lovely, really. Raj took a deep breath and reached out to give Armitage the gentlest little stroke. It's nippy out. Let's take him inside. Ting! What am I going to do with him, Raj? My stepmother won't let me keep him at home, especially as the little fella got me suspended from school. That woman hated my hamster. She is never in a million years going to let me keep a rat. Raj thought for a moment. To aid concentration, he popped an extra strong mint in his mouth. Maybe you should set him free, said the newsagent finally. Free? Said Zoe, a single tear welling up in her eye. Yes, rats are not meant to be pets. But this little one is so cute, perhaps. But he's going to grow. He can't spend his whole life in your blazer pocket. But I love him, Raj, I really do. No doubt, Miss Zoe, said Raj, crunching on his extra strong mint. And if you love him, you should set him free.